There is a challenge that has lured men and women for decades, taking the wheel of a high-powered machine, pressing its performance past its design, recognizing and almost ignoring the dangers, winning races and championships, all to meet with the best from all forms of the craft, except now, they're old. But, matched in equally built cars for 6 rounds of high-intensity racing excitement, these drivers are here to prove, yes, that they may be old, but they are not obsolete. This is SRX, the Superstar Racing Experience. Welcome to Slinger Speedway, race fans, the world's fastest quarter-mile short track known for its high banks and high action, which will be the perfect venue for the Superstar Racing Experience. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mikey McBlam, your driver and commentator of the number 83 Valvoline Green Machine, and tonight, it's round 5 of the Camping World SRX Series Championship. Last week ended in dramatic fashion as Tony Stewart, coming to the white flag, gave up the lead, securing our first SRX victory. But Tony Stewart has not yet surrendered the points lead, just 21 points separating Smoke and myself. So we will have to see what we can do to cut into that lead tonight. The stars of the sport, past, present, and future, are about to duke it out here on the shortest track on the circuit. Round 5 of the Superstar Racing Experience is underway. Let's get it on. Ooh, first lap of the Slinger race complete, 3 wide for second. As we got around Bill Elliott, Elio Castroneves running that high side, trying to go after us as we're trying to get around Tony Kanaan, looking to the outside, now looking to the inside. Tony Kanaan kind of running the middle of the racetrack. We muscle him out of the way for the second spot. Now focusing on Ernie Francis Jr. How long will it take to get around him? We've got a pretty fast race car here. Elio Castroneves falls back to third. Oh, big bump to the back of Ernie Francis Jr. We're looking for that race lead. Give him another tap. Inside. Side by side. Clear off turn 4. New leader, the 83. Oh, here comes Francis Jr. looking back on the inside. We left a lot of bottom open. Gonna try to see if we can fight back on the outside. He's digging down on the bottom there. Here comes Castroneves. Oh, he's got nothing for us. We get back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Castroneves looking to the inside of Francis Jr. right now. He'll take over the second spot. 2 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in heat number 1. And there's just a pull away between myself, Elio Castroneves, Bill Elliott running third. Looks like Tony Stewart is challenging Francis Jr. Got to the wall just a little bit there. Tony Stewart challenging Francis Jr. for P4 there. I believe he got around him. And lap traffic is coming up. Just have just under a minute 40 remaining. Looks like the first lap car is going to be the white car of Marco Andretti. They've really done Marco kind of dirty in this series. They've really done Marco dirty in this series. But yeah, he's going to be the first lap car we're coming up on. And then it looks like he's trying to catch up to Billy Ribbs. We're just kind of rolling the center here, not really getting on the brakes. Using that apron on exit to help us keep the car down. Going to try to pass Andretti on the outside. We complete the pass. Okay. Next guy we're looking at is Willie T. Ribbs. Going to get to his inside. Ribbs is going to go a lap down. And we're just cruising. 40 seconds to go in heat number 1. Myself, Elio Castroneves, Bill Elliott, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle round out the top 5. Just under a second and a half separates the leader and second place. We're just logging some hot laps around here at Slinger. Ooh, got a little bit tight there. Got on the gas just a little bit soon. Now we got Paul Tracy to contend with here with 8 seconds to go. This could either go really good or really... This might go well or might go badly. I'm thinking it's going to go badly. Yeah, he's blocking it up. Paul Tracy doing Paul Tracy things. We come to 1 lap to go here at heat number 1. We do get around Tracy on the outside. And we will win our 3rd heat of the season. Myself, Helio Castroneves, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, Bill Elliott, top 5, Francis Jr., Waltrip, Kanaan, Labonte, and Paul Tracy will round out the top 10. The field will be inverted. As usual, we're going to be starting from last place, and we're going to have to make our way through this field of hard-charging race cars. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. Heat number 2 is underway. Okay. I'm going to back off a little bit here, just kind of see how these guys are going to run. Marco Andretti out to an early lead. We're to the inside. Oh, got to the back of Helio Castroneves. Inside of Bill Elliott, side by side. Now inside of Michael Waltrip. Inside line is really moving here. Okay. Ooh, easy, easy, easy. Real easy to get loose here. Hulk hugging that bottom a little bit too much. It's real easy to get loose, as I just broke loose right there. Tony Stewart all of our back bumper right now. He's looking. We're going to get to the inside of Tony Kanaan. Had to get on the brakes there. Nowhere to go. There's just nowhere to go. Lots of beating and banging happening. We're kind of mired back here. Okay, now the inside of Marco Andretti. He's going to hold up that top lane. There we go. Now we've gotten clear with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the heat. Castroneves wants to go. He wants to go, but he's got a... Ooh, almost got into the back of him there. He's fighting side by side with Greg Biffle. Now getting to the inside of Ernie Francis Jr. Ooh, contact with Greg Biffle. So we get to the inside of Francis Jr. Castroneves will drive his way into the lead. Paul Tracy, after leading quite a few laps here at Slinger, falls back to second, puts a block on there, trying to protect that position on the bottom. We've got to go. Tony Stewart's going to get by us here shortly. I'm going to need you to get out of the way, Paul. Paul. Paul Tracy doing Paul Tracy things once again. We're trying like heck to get him up out of the groove. Finally got him up out of the groove. Sideways. So we make the pass for second place. Now we're leaving him to, well, I left him to fight with Tony Stewart, but Tony Stewart made quick work of him. Now we got to try to catch up to Helio Castroneves with 1:29 remaining in heat number 1. Castroneves out to a 2-second lead, followed by myself, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle. Paul Tracy still remains in the top 5, so he's fighting. Tracy's digging. He's aggressive. There's one thing they did get right in this game. They got Paul Tracy's aggressiveness. Paul Tracy made that car really hard to pass. But you know what? That's okay. I dig it. I dig it. I mean, obviously, I don't dig it as I'm driving the race car. But this is what it's all about. That's short track racing at its best. I'm going to try my best to catch up to Helio Castroneves, but Helio just... He's poured it on, man. He had that good track position, got out front, and Paul Tracy just held us up. We're chipping away at the lead ever so slightly, but yeah, it's going to be tough to try to catch back up to him. 20 seconds to go in heat number 2. I think Helio's going to win himself another one. We've still got lap traffic to contend with ourselves. 10 seconds remaining. Okay. Ooh, man, I caught the apron a little bit too much there. Got real tight. All right, 2 to go on the stage. Marco, I need you to move, please. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Something tells me Live Race Mikey is a little bit frustrated right now with people getting in his way. But Elio Castroneves is going to win that heat. All by myself, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, Ernie Francis Jr. round out the top 5. We got Elliott, Kanaan, Babani, Paul Tracy, and Michael Waltrip will round out the top 10. It's time for the main event. The gloves are off, and the fight, the real fight, begins here at Slinger. Green flag is in the air. Oh, Castroneves slid up the racetrack, gave us a big door. That's going to allow Tony Stewart to get to our inside. Francis Jr. fighting on the inside right now. Stewart vying for the lead inside of Elio Castroneves. We're trying like heck to fight off Ernie Francis Jr. Finally get down to the bottom of the racetrack. Tony Stewart inherits the lead. Trying to catch up to Elio Castroneves now. Come on. Come on, we're right there on his back bumper. I have a feeling that the bumpers will be laid. If he doesn't, oh, Elio Castroneves, like the gentleman he is. Whoa! Sideways at the front stretch. Caution is going to come out eventually. There it is. There it is. Oh, that was like a NASCAR heat thing. That was like a NASCAR heat thing. I made some contact with my right rear, made contact with Elio's left front, and it knocked me sideways to the bottom of the racetrack. That was like a NASCAR heat thing. Heat 3 even. The green flag is back in the air. Tony Stewart out to an early lead. Francis Jr. trying to follow him through. We're banging doors with Bobby Labonte right now. Kind of stuck behind Bill Elliott. We get to the bottom of the racetrack to cover. Inside. Oh, boy. Still trying to fight our way through the pack here. Oh, big bumps to Bobby Labonte. He's being held up by none other than... Actually, that's Michael Waltrip. Sorry. That's Michael Waltrip, not Paul Tracy. All right, so we try to get to the inside of Labonte here. Tony Stewart kind of running away with the lead right now. And I'm driving a little bit pissed off right now because that should not have happened. That should not have happened, but we got what we got. We clear Bobby Labonte. Elliott also clears Labonte as we pull a major slide job on Tony Kanaan right there. Now looking to catch up to Elio Castroneves. Tony Stewart with the lead, but not a big lead right now. He's catchable. Castroneves trying to figure out how to get around Francis Jr. here. He leaves the bottom open. Makes some contact once again, but not big contact. It doesn't send me down careening to the bottom of the racetrack. Now Francis Jr. is going to be a problem here. Ooh, got him up the racetrack off the corner. Here we come. Into the second spot. Castroneves follows us through. We got really loose there. Had to chase the car all the way into the corner. Not a lot of room on this racetrack to save a loose race car. Now Tony Stewart is within pouncing distance. Oh, Tony bobbled off that corner a little bit. Here we go. Look to the inside. Tony came down to cover. Gonna try to get a run on the high side. Try to duck it to the bottom. We move our way in there. Slide job off turn number 2. New leader once again, the 83. Oh, but Tony Stewart wants it back. He's looking to the bottom. Now he's trying to get us up the racetrack. I don't think he's got anything for us. 16 laps to go. We're starting to pull away. Tony Stewart running second. Castroneves in third. Fourth is Bill Elliott. I believe Francis Jr. Oh my gosh, Francis Jr. and Bobby Labonte were fighting it out. Looks like Bobby Labonte got the best of that battle. So easy to get on the gas a little bit too soon. Get loose, cap that apron, and just kind of and really mess up the exit of the turn. It's really easy to do that here at Slinger, but I think we got some lap traffic to contend with. Trying to pinch down Marco Andretti so he doesn't come up, run us up the racetrack. Now, going to try to look to get around Billy Ribs here. He's going to leave the bottom open. I appreciate that. I'm going to go right on by. Oop. Got loose off the corner. 10 laps to go. Oh boy. Tony Stewart's now having to fight off Elio Castroneves now. They're going to have to do that through lap traffic. Is Tony going to be able to hang on to the second spot? 8 laps to go. And there has, in front of me, unfortunately, is the hardest man to pass that has been all race long. He's now looking to get to the inside of Tony Kanaan. Fighting for 9th place. 6 laps to go. 2 seconds back to Elio Castroneves, who has overtaken Tony Stewart. All right, Tracy, I ain't going to be messing with you too much now. You need to move out of the way. Here we go. Big bump to Paul Tracy. Another bump to Paul Tracy. We're muscling him up off the bottom of the racetrack. Bam! Slamming doors. Oh, no, we almost lose it. We got into the wall that severely cut down our lead. Severely cut down our lead. 2 laps to go. Elio Castroneves. It's just 6/10 back. Now we're trying to get around Tony Kanaan once again. We do clear him. 1 more lap to go. Down the back straightaway for the final time. And we've aired it out. Slinger winner. 2nd win in the SRX series goes to us. Alright guys, so here are the race results for the Camping World SRX Series race here at Slinger. Slinger winner, baby. Slinger winner. It was not without its difficulties though. Tony Stewart, series tryhard, comes in 2nd. How about Bill Elliott? Bill Elliott drove his way all the way up to 3rd, followed by Elio Castroneves. And Bobby Labonte rounds out the top 5. Greg Biffle's in 6th. Francis Jr., who actually had a decent run here. He actually had a pretty decent run here. He finishes 7th. Michael Waltrip in 8th after starting last. Tony Kanaan in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Paul Tracy. Got a little bone to pick with Paul Tracy there. Willie T. Ribbs is in 11th, and rounding out their field will be the 98 of Marco Andretti. And here are the point standings after Slinger. Tony Stewart still in the lead, now 15 points ahead of ourselves. Bill Elliott has moved his way into 3rd. I don't believe he was 3rd last week. I might be wrong about that. I don't believe he was 3rd last week. We have Bobby Labonte in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is Michael Waltrip. Then we have Elio Castroneves, Ernie Francis Jr., Tony Kanaan, Greg Biffle, and Billy T. Ribbs. Round out the top 10, Paul Tracy, Cody Swanson, Brian Brown, Bobby Santos to 3rd. Again, no Scott Bloomquist, no Scott Speed. Didn't even have the Slinger winner. I thought for sure the Slinger winner would be in this race, but he was not. So, if you wonder what I'm talking about with the Slinger winner, if you actually go to the SRX menu, there's a card named the Slinger winner. Unless they took it out in an update, which is very possible. So I might just be, looking absolutely crazy here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they that was there at one point in time. I'll check when I get back to the menu. So anyway, guys, Nashville Fairgrounds is going to be the next race. We're going to be racing at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, trying to gain 15 points on Tony Stewart. I don't know how that's going to work out. Like, Tony Stewart would have to finish really, really bad, and he's just been either 2nd or 3rd in pretty much every race. Whereas, like, that realistically, that 12th place finish at Knoxville, 11th, but 11th, 12th, not a whole lot of difference there. But yeah, that one really, really hurt us. If we maybe would have had a podium there, if I maybe was, any type of competent on the dirt, it may have been a different story, but I'm pretty sure Tony has this wrapped up. Not gonna lie, guys, like Slinger, I'm tired. I am legitimately tired. The Slinger's a tough track. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of room for error at pretty much at all. Like if you start getting loose in the corner, you don't have much of a straightaway to try to gather it back up. So there was a lot of times where I'm just like, man, I started breaking loose and I just carried the slide into the next corner because it was just like, well, it's coming up. I might as well just stay in the drift for right now. So in other cases, like the wall was able to kind of catch me. but yeah, like it's, like they say Dover is Bristol on steroids. This is Bristol on steroids to me right here. Even though it's smaller, it's like you're never fully in the throttle for a long time, and you're never holding that wheel straight for a very long time. Like you're probably holding that wheel straight for probably like maybe a second before you're already starting to turn it again. And it's a wheelman's track. It's a wheelman's track. I will say that. I'm going to say this. Like I am legitimately surprised that that I'm not getting the challenge that I was expecting to get. I was expecting Slinger to be a little bit harder. Let me double check my settings here. And yeah, I'm on 100 still. Maybe I should bump that up to. It's just one more race. To be fair, this might just be a patch. Like that might just be a patch. They may have patched it so that 100 was a little bit easier, because 100 was pretty much that was the go-to. Like 105 was just absolutely brutal. Like you were pretty much relegated to never finishing in the top 10. It was absolutely brutal. You could probably get there with like some custom setups or whatever, but like, just on the standard setups, like no, you didn't have anything for these guys. So like the rule of thumb was like, yeah, just keep it at 100. But like these past couple, like IRP, I kind of figured I would do well. I did not expect to dominate as much as I did here at Slinger. Yes, I have raced Slinger online quite a few times, but I did not expect to dominate it as well. I did not expect to dominate as much as I didn't expect to be as fast as I was. And I'm like, I had the tighter setup, but didn't expect it. And it may just be one of those things like where the AI are probably braking in the corner and I'm not. Like when I'm around them, obviously I have to brake, but once I get out by myself, there's no braking. There's no braking in the corner. There's none of that. Oh, I have a visitor. You got more pull-ups? But yeah, like I would. It's heavy. Oh no. Oh no. It's stuck. You guys probably can't hear her because she's all the way back there, but my friend's daughter is back there playing with her big pack of pull-ups. So you guys probably can't hear her. I probably sound insane like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not. But anyway, as I was saying, like I didn't expect to be as good there. So I'm interested to see what Nashville is going to be like, because Nashville is one of those tracks that it's pretty much full throttle unless they fixed it. Unless they've done something. Like a part of me wants to go ahead and just up the difficulty to 105 and see what it's like. But the other part of me is, you want to watch the puppy? Okay, go watch the puppy. She's going to wash puppies. So, I mean, that's more fun than what I'm doing. So, but anyway, I'm tempted. What I might do is just go ahead and just do like a quick race and see what that's like on 105 difficulty, and if it's as brutal as it was before, then probably I'm probably just going to go ahead and leave it at 100 for the last race. I know that Nashville is full throttle unless they've patched something, which I don't like, but we'll make do with what we got. We got one more race. And it's been an experience. You know what? It's been fun. Slinger was fun. Nashville was fun. Even trying to figure out the dirt, even though it was very tough. it was still fun. It was still fun. Like, this has been a fun series, and I don't mind it. You know, it's only 6 races, so you know, it's just kind of one of those things. Like, you get it, and you get out, and then you're done for the rest of the year. So that being said, I probably won't play this anymore. You know, given you know, in the rest of the year. So enjoy it while it lasts. Might play it next year. We'll see how it is next year, and we'll go from there. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that race. I certainly, obviously, enjoyed it, except for, you know, Paul Tracy, which Paul Tracy's gonna Paul Tracy, I guess. But I mean, he just like didn't. I'm like, get out of the way. You know, get out of the way. Like, he was one of the few cars I just didn't want to get out of the way. Like, I understand, like, Ernie Francis Jr., he's trying to protect for the lead, you know, but, you know, Paul Tracy is going as slow as he was going, you know, not really running the top or the bottom. And it was like, all right, look, if you're going to run up there, I'm going to run down here. And he just chops me off. And it's just like, all right, Paul, Paul, we're going to have to talk, man. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that race. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video. And guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Camping World SRX series here on McBlam Racing. If you enjoy these races, I do them every weekend following the SRX series IRL. So be sure to subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Comment below, hashtag Slinger Winner. Oh, I need to check that. Right before I go, let me go ahead and back out and let me see if I'm actually crazy here. Let's go to quick race. And yeah, we'll do SRX. And is Slinger Winner still in here? And make sure I'm not crazy. There he is. Okay, Slinger Winner is in here. He's still there. He was not in the race, but he's still there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the Nashville Fairgrounds.